Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, where I'm going to be doing some pulls for Eiko's EX weapon. It is the one thing I am here for, and it is the one thing that I hope I'm going to get. So, the second anniversary for Opera Omnia has finally arrived, and what a way to kick it off with Sephiroth's glorious return to relevance. Eiko is finally receiving her long-awaited EX weapon. We've got the 7th batch of level 70 Crystal Awakenings upon us. We have got a metric fuck ton of free stuff. Lots of celebrations, special chocobo panels, sales, a surprise Sephiroth costume, and God only knows, so much more stuff on top of what we expected to get. So it's definitely a good time to be playing this game at the moment, and I figured what better way to start the festivities than to kick it off with some pulls for Eiko's EX. So, Eiko is one of my favourite characters from Final Fantasy IX, abso-freaking-lutely. Like, there was no question as to whether I was going to be pulling for her EX weapon. I've got Sephiroth's EX already, and I'm a massive Sephiroth fanboy as well, so I'll definitely be maxing him out. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to be pulling for Eiko's stuff as well, despite the fact that I've already got Sephiroth, and I'm not stopping until I've got her EX. So, when I played FF9, I really didn't get that great of an impression from Eiko when I first met her, to be honest, because she seemed, she had that really brash sort of Genki girl, really sort of bratty presentation that she had. She was really sort of cheerful. She really didn't let up on the VV at all. She was like, oh, you're just a kid or whatever, and it's like, yeah, you're 6, Eiko, you're a kid as well. That's not how that works. But the longer the game went on and the more I kind of got to know about her character, the more I really sort of warmed up to her. Because, for a start, she is, I am going to say, unrealistically precocious. There is no way that I think any kind of real 6-year-old would behave like Eiko does during the course of the game. Maybe if she was a few years older, maybe if she was 9 or 10, I could believe it. But yeah, there's no way. I don't work with children, so maybe some 6-year-olds really are that precocious. I don't know, but it just doesn't quite seem that believable. But I can suspend my disbelief and I can say, you know what, she's very intelligent for her age. She's very perceptive. But because of her circumstances, she's kind of grown up extremely isolated, because she's in the ruins of Medain Sari, and the only sort of companionship she's got on a daily basis are the Mughals, which is great and all, but you know that deep down she's kind of really feels isolated and cut off from everyone, especially because she's the last of the Summoner tribe that used to live there. So she's really just kind of yearning to connect with people, and she wants that kind of companionship. In fact, every character in FF9 has that kind of motto, where Zidane is kind of like, you don't need a reason to help people, and Quina is like, I do what I want, you have problem, and Eiko is solitude, and she says, I don't want to be alone anymore. And that, I don't know, that tugs at my heartstrings a bit, because I can kind of relate in a sense to that. That feeling you get when you're surrounded by people but you just feel completely alone. I kind of get where she was coming from, so I warmed up to her a little bit as well for that. And she has this unrequited crush on Zidane, which is one of the things that I think is kind of strange for someone so young to be having, and it's played off in the game as comic relief, perhaps because the thought of entertaining such a young child seriously getting together with Zidane is on one level a little bit creepy, and on another level it's just completely absurd and unrealistic. But if you look at it from Eiko's perspective, she's really hurting over this kind of thing. She doesn't have a chance, and she kind of knows it. But she's kind of in denial, and I don't know whether it is specifically a romantic crush or whether it's just because Zidane was the first one to really show her any kind of positive attention in a long time when she was running away from that dwarven place. I've forgotten what they call it. What's it called again? Conde Petit. That's the one when she's about to fall and Zidane catches her. Obviously, that moment was kind of sticks in her memory a bit. But yeah, it's throughout the whole game she's chasing after Zidane, and it's a bit of a reflection moment for Zidane, because he's kind of like, oh, I wonder if this is how I seem like to Garnet all the time. Maybe I'd better tone it down a bit, which is kind of funny. But the longer the game goes on, she really does grow as a character. How to put it? If you remember the moment back in Alexandria, when after the whole Alexander shebang happened, and then Garnet and Eiko summoned Alexander, and without giving too many spoilery warnings, shit went down and it headed south fast, and the whole place ended up collapsing. And Zidane swoops in at the last moment and saves Garnet, like when they're swinging on that kind of flagpole or whatever it is, and Eiko's at the top and she looks away in like such disgust and pain when she sees them two embracing, and it's like, oh man, you can kind of get how that feels. I don't know, I know I've been there before a little bit, but then like by the end of the game she's clapping and cheering when they get together, and I think that's a real sort of evidence of character development. And I preferred her in gameplay reasons as well, because in the actual game, both Garnet and Eiko are White Mage Summoner hybrids, because actually Eiko is not the only summoner in the game, and it's kind of funny because you have that sort of bizarre sort of romantic rivalry that they've got going on, but they're actually much more deeply connected than that, because you find out, skip ahead for anyone who wants to play FF9 and doesn't want spoilery details, but you actually find out that Garnet was also from the Summoner tribe originally, because she wasn't actually born to Queen Bran in Alexandria, but she actually came over on the boat that you see during the opening FMV sequence, and you find that actually they used to be from the same village, and so she's not alone anymore. She's finally found someone, and it was kind of, there was a scene in Medin Sari that really tugged on my heartstrings. And yeah, for that reason and many more, I really grew to like Eiko. So she's definitely one of my favourites. Although I feel like I can say that about half of the cast in FF9, because they've got such good character development. And yeah, I feel like I could just go on and ramble on for ages about how FF9 is one of my favourites. But I mean, I think Hidenobu Sakaguchi also said that FF9 was the closest to his ideal vision of what a Final Fantasy could be. And I know he's the original creator of the series, but when I heard that, the only thing I could think to myself was, damn, you have some good taste, sir. I mean, of course he does, but you know what I mean. So Eiko in gameplay is more of a white mage, and Garnet is more of a summoner. But the funny thing to me is that not only does Eiko have a better spell list, but even though she doesn't have as many summons as Garnet, in my opinion, her summons are better as well, because Garnet just has variations on a theme. Like, she can summon Ifrit, Shiva, Leviathan, Bahamut, Ark, which is the unique summon to FF9, like the super summon, does darkness damage. But basically they all just do elemental damage to all targets. It's the same goddamn thing. And Eiko only has 4 summons. She has Fenrir, Carbuncle, Phoenix, and Medine. But they are actually, even though she has fewer summons, in my opinion they're more interesting, because you get Carbuncle, who can cast Reflect on everyone, but if you equip certain items you get everyone being invisible instead, or everyone getting haste on them instead. And then you've got Phoenix, who revives all the party members as well as dealing fire damage, and actually depending on the number of Phoenix pinions you've got in your inventory, you have a chance to get revived after everyone gets wiped out. So I think it's like it maxes out at something like a 25% chance for everyone to just get revived instantly, which is really cool when you're fighting against certain cheap super bosses that can sometimes decide to cast Meteor several turns in a row and there's nothing you can do about it. So that's also very nice. And yeah, Eiko's the only one in the game apart from Beatrix who could actually get to cast Holy. So all in all, I really like her. And I'm happy to see that they did her justice in this game, because when I was following the Japanese version, I knew when it was announced that Eiko was going to get an EX, I'm like, she has to get Terahomi, she has to get Terahomi, come on. And then I think there was the banner image was data mined, and I saw what the name was in Japanese, and of course obviously I can't read Japanese, but I decided to look it up, and I saw it was Terahomi, and I was like, oh yeah, we're in there. So without further ado, let's go for it, and let's hope that RNGesus sees fit to give us some blessings today. We'll take the free pull, thank you very much. Much thanks to Square Enix on that one. Anniversary celebrations for the win. Okay, we're starting off with a Lael 35 of all things, and that's Yuri's 15, which I've also got maxed out. I actually have Yuri MLB apart from his EX, which is kind of funny because I don't think I ever specifically went for his stuff. It was just on other banners that I was chasing. But I'm giving some serious thought going for his EX weapon. Like, I know that when Yuri gets his EX, he becomes absolutely busted, but I was just not 100% sure whether I'm going to chase him or not. But I think depending on my resources, we're getting a lot of extra books and a lot of extra ingots as part of the anniversary stuff, which I didn't actually plan for. So that gives me a little bit more freedom to start maxing more people out, because this month, man, this month has so many of my favourite characters. Like, you don't even know. I'm going to be spending books and ingots like that going out of fashion. I'll make sure I've still got some left. Like, even though I never actually played Final Fantasy 15, so I'm not that hyped for Aranea, on a character level, unlike I was with Beatrix. But I'm still very interested to see how her kit turns out to be, because she's obviously going to have been made like with future design patterns in mind, like from present day JP, and she's just going to have been scaled back for us in global. So there's every bit of a chance that she could be doing something fairly interesting that we've not seen before, which is also likely if you take into account Josh and Glacey's comment on the actual stream, and they basically said that they're going to be revealing her kit over the course of several videos, because they gave us the impression that it's going to be fairly complex. Like, I don't know how it is, but I mean, I'm down for some complexity. You know I like my Noctis, you know I like my Alice, so that should be interesting. As long as it's effective, you know? Like, I don't want her to be just another DPS that gets power crept by everyone. She's this frigging another global first, so she should have some staying power, goddammit. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Okay, well, not looking too good right here, but that's fine. Technically speaking, the pity costs are reduced by 5k because of the free pull, so the worst case scenario is I have to pull with 70k gems. But you know, a book would be nice too. Or, in fact, you know what, the EX would be nicer. I have lots of stuff to pull for this month, so if I get an early EX and I don't get to get the book, I'm actually fine with that. I mean, it just means I get to save more gems and tickets. Come on! Okay. We have no such luck this time. At least gem draws go a lot faster than tickets. It can be a little bit alarming to see your gem count plummet so rapidly, but I mean, at least we're not looking at another freaking 35+ minute video after edits, are we? You know, those Emperor pulls were just bonkers. At least I'm back up to almost 500 tickets now, thanks to Ultimate Brothers. We've got everyone's treasures finished off. I've got Eiko and Seth summon boards maxed as well in preparation for this. I know that wasn't the most efficient thing to do, but I was like, god damn it, I want to start playing with them straight away. Okay, I have a dupe of this. I can't really be happy with this. As I said, I already have Seth maxed out. I mean, that's super nice that I got an EX, but I should have expected that I would get the one I already have first, because that's how it always works, right? You know, that's what we expect over here. It seems that all the luck that I had during the Cosmos era has decided to take a well-earned vacation before we start with the Chaos era, unfortunately. So these last few times I've been having to pull, I've been having to go to 50k plus, you know, several hundred tickets, and here I am in Cosmos dropping freaking like Alice's EX after 20 tickets or something stupid, you know. Another Sephiroth! What? No! Oh my god, that's 4 out of 11. That's really good. But you, my good friend, are not what I was looking for. I mean, I would have been looking for you, but I have you already. Come on, Eiko. Come on, just give me a break. Show me a little bit of love, a little bit of kindness. You know, I think I deserve at least that much. It's not too much to ask. Yes! There we go. You see, sometimes it pays, you just have to ask nicely. There we go. So that leaves me in a situation where I could do 3 more multis and get a book. Or I could save my gems. I am honestly not sure what I am going to be doing. because I mean 15k gems for a book, that takes me down to 520. I actually do have quite a lot of books already, even though I'm going to be spending a lot this month. I'm probably going to run out of armor books before I run out of weapon books because of the number of weapon books I've been buying on the banner. But what I think I'm actually going to be doing is I think I'll save these 140 tokens and I'll see how my future pulls go, like for the other characters I want, because I am thinking about throwing some tickets at 8 and King. I'm definitely going to be pulling for Aranea, but unfortunately I can't do the Aranea pulls while this banner is still here because this banner disappears first. I mean, I'm not pulling for Golbears because I have his stuff already. What other events are there? I'm not pulling for Gao or Terra. I may pull for Ignis, I don't know. But basically I'm just going to be sitting on this for a while, and maybe, depending on how I feel, I'll throw a 15k more in it and get the bug. Like, that's worth it because I have so many gems. I'm just not sure if I'm just not sure yet. So anyway, we have a successful result. Thanks everyone for watching. And I'm going to wish everyone the best of luck on your pulls. If you've done them already, I hope you've got good results. If not, then, I wish you all the best. And if you struck out, then, well, there's always next time, because God only knows there's going to be plenty of stuff to pull for this month. So, thanks everyone for watching, and until the next video, take care, and goodbye.